Welcome to Blog Talk Radio in high fidelity.
Jimmy Mack is a renowned medical intuitive and spiritual life coach who has taken, completed, and even mastered a variety of healing modalities. After a near-death experience, he was shown and developed a simpler way to create healing and profound changes, now known as My Liquid Fish. He works with clients in person, on the phone, and over Skype worldwide, accessing energetic powers and co-creating changes that you can actually feel. Call in now to reserve your spot on the switchboard. The call-in number is 713-955-0594. Press 1 if you would like to ask Jimmy Mack a question. Enjoy this 1 hour of profound healing.
Hey everybody, it's Jimmy Mack coming to you live with another edition of the Jimmy Mack Healing Show. We're glad you guys are here. We're always excited. We want to stir it up every Tuesday at 12 noon and make it interesting and fun, as much for myself as we do for you all calling in. We sure appreciate everybody being on the line today. And this is our opportunity to give back. Every week I'll have somebody email me and just go, oh, just read me or just tell me what's wrong with me and write me back. Tell me what you do. And it's like, nobody does that anymore. Try doing that with the doctor or the lawyer, right? So much information on the website. We give away so much free stuff. It's amazing. And this show is no exception. It's our opportunity to give back, to take callers, to do free readings, free healings, all of it. It's just an act of service, folks. So we're glad you guys are here. If you haven't already subscribed to the weekly newsletter, it's TGI Wednesday. It's only once a week. And write us at info@jimmymackhealing.com to get on that. If you are getting it, you'll already know about our special offer for this month, which is an audio MP3 all about love. That's in honor of Valentine's Day and, of course, February in general. And what an excellent audio MP3 it is for yourself or for others. It's actually half off right now at $29. So it's over a half an hour of clearings for love, deserving, receiving, worthiness, love for yourself, love for others, just love, love, love. It's a big, giant love fest. And yesterday we went to the fair in Tampa. And gosh, y'all are going to really be hating on me and living in Florida because it was 80 degrees. I think it's going to be about 80 degrees all this week. So we're already feeling like we're in summer, and here it is in the middle of February. So it's quite funny. And so anyway, it's all good. It's all good, and we laugh about it all. So we're glad you guys are here. We certainly want you to call in if you're not already on hold. The phone number is 713-955-0594. You can listen through the URL, of course, on the link on Blog Talk. You can find us on iHeart, and also calling in through that number, you can listen through your phone. Very important to know that if we work on someone with issues with eyes or liver or arthritis, if you have those same challenges, disease, illness, or disorder, we're asking for, through prayer, for that to change for you as well. So just know you don't always have to call in. Even if you listen to the replay, you're going to notice a difference in how you feel. It's just so amazing and exciting, and that's what keeps us going with this style of spiritual work, and we love it, love it, love it. And I know that is the likeness of mine of today's guest, and that is Reverend Joanne Leo. She has more than 30 years of experience giving psychic medium readings and healings, and she's appeared, of course, on a lot of different radio shows, including my own. And she's consistently a booked reader in psychic showcases in the area in Tampa Bay. Over 10 years ago, she started even doing EFT when it first really kind of came out. And so she helps people with grief, fear, anxiety, and goal setting. and really is known as giving readings with a heart. She's awesome on numerology, shooting from the hip fast, on doing numbers, of course, and astrology and angel card readings, and just a little mixed bag of everything. I love it, love it, love it. You can find out more about her. She does, of course, in person like me, phone, Skype, Zoom, whatever you need to do, folks, reach out. And it's Psychic Joanne Leo. It's PSYCHIC, Psychic Joanne, JOANNE, Leo.com. Hi, Joanne. How are you? Welcome to the show.
Hey, Jimmy. I'm great. How are you?
Good. Thrilled you're here, honey. I love it. I love it. We always mix it up and have fun. Tell folks how to get a hold of you, honey. The website, the email address, the best get a hold of you, and the phone number for readings.
Well, my phone number is 727-743-3400, and of course it's by appointment. I have a Gmail, which is Psychic Joanne with an E, Joanne, Leo @gmail.com. Okay. And my website is www.psychicjoanne, JOANNE, Leo.com.
I love it. So you're ready to crank it out today. I know we got a lot of folks on hold, and you got to raise your hand, people, and hit one if you want to ask a question. I love it. You doing good, love?
Oh, yeah, I am.
Love it. Yeah. How about this weather? Did you ever dream? I don't remember, and you know I've been here forever. Of course, I was born and raised, but I don't remember February being this warm. Do you?
No, but, that little cold snap makes you appreciate 80 very much.
Mm-hmm. Right, exactly. That's me, too. It goes below 70, and I start to get a chill and want a blanket on, believe me. So we're going to jump on the phones and just start doing what we do, love, okay?
Sounds fabulous.
I love it. I love it. 865 is our first caller. Hi, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, this is Lynn, Lin, and currently I'm in California.
Okay, welcome to the show. You have a question for Joanne?
Thank you. Yes, let's see. I don't think I've ever spoken with you all before. So how do I? What do I go about doing? How is it done?
I'm glad you asked that question, so everybody else on hold can know too. We'd love for you to have just one little question of spirit. Nail it down to, most people want to call in, they go, oh, just read me, and it's just like our greatest pet peeve to hear that, and we cringe, right? It's like, ask a question about the relationship you're in, employment, job, career, maybe your left elbow hurts, narrow it down, and we can be more acting and specific if you narrow it down, honey, and help you a lot more, okay?
Okay, well, I would go with health issue. Is that okay?
Okay.
Is that all right?
Sure.
And so there's this trio that's kind of going on with adrenal, cortisol, and thyroid. And so I like to see what you all feel or see about
Okay,
that.
well, I'll let Joanne at least do the numerology, astrology, that sort of thing, honey, and we'll see what she does for that too, and then I'll jump to working on you. Okay?
So I give you my birthday. Is that what you need, or
I need your birthday, honey. Yeah. So
yes. Okay. My birthday. Okay. My birthday is January 5th, 1956.
Okay. So let's see. You're in. I think that there's something going on with. It could be hormones. I definitely feel your immune system needs some work there. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
This is also a great year for you to do some major changes, and it comes with basically working on the inner part of you. I think that there's some. Are you a worrywart?
Well, I have been ever since I was a little girl. I mean, I'm so serious. I'm a lot lighter than I was when I was younger. But yeah.
But I feel like worrywart, and honey, what I have to tell you, in the work that I do too, thoughts are things. So let's say that you have thoughts of fear or anxiety or not knowing, or you want to control the bus, so to speak. You know, we're not the bus driver. So, and, you know, it's kind of like when I was on a plane. This woman goes, "Oh my God, I'm afraid we're going to crash." And I go, "Honey, are you a pilot or what?" You know, so 98% of what you fear, honey, isn't going to happen. So thoughts are things that when you get into affirming the opposite can change your whole outcome. And Jimmy knows, and I know he works with it too, is affirmations are very, very powerful. But I really feel like a lot of your imbalance right now is driven by fear or anxiety of some sort, and it's manifesting physically, which that's Jimmy's bailiwick to kind of correct that energy. But as far as success this year, I feel like this is the year for you to kind of retool yourself, set your goals, and go. It's like put the pedal to the metal. That's what I say.
Okay, great. Thank you.
All right, Jim, you can do your thing.
All right, go ahead, honey. Stand up, face due north. Stand up and face due north. Have you feel the energy, okay?
Okay.
So it doesn't feel like adrenal that badly, but it is burnout, stress, tension, fear, guilt, drama, trauma, mystery, intrigue, upsets. You have upsets and really burnout. So if you just say, "I feel upset and burned out," it's going to pull you forward. If you're standing there facing due north, you can say it out loud.
Say, "I feel burnout."
Yep, I have upsets and burnout.
I feel upset and burnout.
You're going to feel a drift forward. We're going to find that spot where it is, and we're going to release it, delete and erase it, disentangle it all off of her now. Have her learn all the lessons she needed to from it, release her from the service to it, pull her straight back when you're done. And you're going to feel it pulling you back, and then dropping you off in neutrality once that's done. And it's moving now. You should be in the wave, feeling it, pull you backwards, and then drop you off in neutrality. It is a radio show, so let everybody know what you're experiencing, honey.
Yes. I did go forward, and I came all the way backward. Yes.
Love it. Back to neutral now?
Yes.
Awesome. So if you say that again, I have burnout, it's going to pull you backwards for no. You can say it again. I feel burned out.
I feel burned out. Went backwards.
Love it. So that's a no. Does that make sense? So we're tearing all this stuff off your little spiritual jersey, if you will, okay? So that you can believe, think, know, and feel in a different pattern, in a different way. I certainly would look more into bioidentical hormones. I certainly would be doing desiccated thyroid work, probably look at the mineral indium, INDIUM XL. You can find it on Amazon or eBay. And those are some things I would do, honey, and we're working with you here in 90 seconds. If you get on my email address, it's info@jimmymackhealing.com. You send me an email, we'll put you on a once-a-week little e-newsletter, and I'll send you all Joanne's information, too. Just mention the radio show. We'll send you out a whole bunch of free stuff, okay?
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you,
I
appreciate you.
You're welcome.
Blessings.
Thank
you.
For your
Bye-bye.
for the week. Thank you. Bye-bye.
You too. Thank you.
727's our next caller. Hi, Sarah. How are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you today?
Hey, we're doing good. I recognize that voice.
Yeah, I'm feeling better. I'm still having problems where I'm being a stuffer, where I'm stuffing my face and I need to stop eating sugar, and I'm not stopping eating sugar, even though I know I would feel better if I did, and then I get really mad at myself, and it's like this cycle, and then I eat more, so that's not really fun. But like for my health, I need to do like a good 10-day sugar cleanse, and I'm just not getting there.
I know. That's one.
Joanne, are you there?
I'm here. Just
Okay.
doing this. Yeah, I'm here. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Sarah,
Awesome.
give me
That's okay. Sarah,
a,
you want to give her your date of birth?
Yeah, 12969.
Okay, so we got a 2. Well, honey, this is a year for you to kind of do your thing. And, if you put your mind to it, believe me when I tell you that it's going to happen. It's just that you've got to get into the part where Jimmy and I work too, is that inner self of giving yourself permission that you deserve. I'm a big believer on stepping out of the circle and saying, okay, what do I deserve here? And I think the sweets, and I can identify with this, it's kind of like us eating sweets to overcome the bitterness of the disappointments. Disappointment, is a cruncher. And so I really look to you really, I think loving yourself and giving yourself permission that you deserve to be happy, to be fit, to lose weight. It's all about switching that switch from negative to positive. Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally. Thank you.
And I really feel like there's a lot of fun things for you and a lot of excitement to do. It's January, February, and March, so it's kind of like your little soul is trying to put, ignite the switch, or how when you do the barbecue grill and you put the lighter fluid on it and your matches aren't working. So it's repetitive to just keep at it till you get that flicker. You get that ignition. And I think that's the thing that's getting into your deserve.
Super.
When you deserve, you get the dessert.
But I need to stay away from the desserts. That's the problem.
You know what I'm saying? That I'm talking desserts of soul. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome.
All right, honey.
Super. Thank you.
And I used to work with a bunch of acupuncture doctors, and honey, they had on a bookshelf a whole lot of different books, but one of them I wanted to give to every patient almost was called Sugar Blues. So look up that book, maybe read about that. That goes back to the days of pastries and the French, and just eating cakes, kind of the old joke of let them eat cake, So you definitely want to get out of that. I'm not big on cutting stuff off. I'm big on substitution. So you got to switch out sugar for stevia and use root and things like that. Anything that's a slow burn sugar, you can go to Publix and look in the sweeteners where they are, and you want a low glycemic index sugar, that sort of thing. You don't want to race towards diabetes, I can tell you that. So that always energetically looks like glass in the blood. But you want to put stevia in your coffee. I would use real cream over the other stuff because it has corn solid sugars in it. Coconut sugar is outstanding. Reverend Tiffany's reminding me on IM on Skype right now. That's a really good one. There's even a coconut palm sweetener that has a low glycemic index. You just use a little bit of that. It's terribly sweet, but it's very, very, very low in calories. So you want to kind of fake it till you make it on the sugar program. Keep in mind, this whole month and Valentine's Day is brought to us by Hallmark, and they're just cramming down our throats the idea of sweetness and sugar and flowers and cards,
That Girl Scout cookies just came in, so yeah, awesome. All right, well, thank you guys.
Yeah,
You're
absolutely. Welcome. I would switch those things out, and as much as you can go for substitution because, you've got to turn that tide. Otherwise, it'll eat you up. Makes sense?
Yeah, totally does.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
We're here to help you. You know that. So thanks for calling. Thanks for listening. We appreciate it.
Thank
A lot
you.
of folks in listen mode only. You need to hit 1. You'd like to be on live and raise your hand and ask a question. So hit 1 now if you have a question. You'd like to get a reading from Joanne or a healing from myself. Joanne, tell folks what's going on with you, and you got any shows or any little psychic events coming up?
Well, basically, I've been really busy doing phone readings, and I have a show coming up in March down in Naples. But basically, I'm working on trying to learn Zoom and get that going because
your daughters Your daughter's a techno whiz. You should have no problem with that. Skype or Zoom is pretty easy. So I tell people, I'm just oblivious when it comes to that stuff. But, you know, if you can read and just click around, it's all very forgiving, and you can kind of keep playing with it, you know, until you get it up. So, but your daughter should be able to help you all day long, love.
And I'm in a process of trying to write the book too. So,
yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, so it's a journey. Let me put it that way. But
always.
I'm committed. So.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I got the greatest pre-press guy ever. When you're ready, he's out of Texas. Anybody that's listening wants to write a book. Once you get even a messy Word document and you're ready to go, he does what's called pre-press, and it's lighthouse24.com. His name is Doug. He's amazing because none of us basically know how to put things into a Kindle format or a perfect high-resolution PDF format, or to format pages, that sort of thing. He's very reasonable, and he does all that for you. So awesome. Well, happy to hear that. Oh, I almost forgot, too. They're reminding me and texting me. I have a show this afternoon, 3 p.m., too. Folks, it's Charlotte Spicer's radio show. She's out of Orlando. So look us up on that if you don't get in today for questions or healings or readings. So, again, it's Charlotte Spicer, Spiritual Insight, and that's on Blog Talk and iHeart as well. 919 is our next caller. Hi, what's your name? Where are you calling from? Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
No, it's me, Jimmy.
Oh, it is you? Yeah, well, they're on the phone, so 919. Oh, they are unmuted. Okay. Hi, 919. Hello? Hi, can you hear us? How are you? What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Maria. I'm calling from North Carolina.
Hi, Maria. You have a question for Joanne?
I don't have any question, but I just need some healing energy from you.
What's going on, honey?
For my eyes, I still feel there is still something going on with my eyes, so I need some healing energy.
Let's have Joanne give you a little short reading, honey, because I've worked on you before several times. So let's give her a little intuitive piece of that. If you just give her your date of birth, she can at least look into some of these things intuitively, do numerology, astrology, and even some cards. So give her your date of birth, and let's see what Joanne can come up with, okay?
Yes. Hello.
Maria, what's your birthday?
My birthday is July 3rd, 1952.
July 9th?
July 3rd.
3rd, okay, 1952. Okay. Hang on 1 second. I just got to do a little computing here. Well, first of all, I know you're very sensitive. And I do channel numerology, so it's different than a book or a program or whatever. But what I'm really feeling about you, there's a situation that you're involved in that you're either not seeing it clearly or you're stuck emotionally. So can you identify the person, place, or thing that's making you feel stuck?
The only concern I have is of my daughter, that she's still single and she has not found her soulmate yet. She has everything in life. She is very balanced, but there's only one thing lacking, and that is her soulmate.
Okay, well, I would not worry about that. I would let it go, so that the highest, the finest, and the best can be attracted to her. It's all in divine design to begin with anyway. Plus the fact that when we get stuck on just a soulmate issue, you're going to meet hundreds and hundreds of soul connections. But what I truly teach is that you have to have a boundary list. And if she could work with what's acceptable and what's not acceptable, so that she's very clear when she does meet the right person. And I think you worry too much about this whole situation. And I can identify with that. As Jimmy knows, I can identify with that, but you got to step outside the circle. And you've got to let go and let God do his work.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, dear.
All right. Thanks for your call, honey. We appreciate it. Thanks for listening to the show.
Thank
You bet. Awesome. Joanne, don't you feel like you and I see eye issues all the time? It's always about what we don't want to see.
Exactly.
You know, that's often what comes up. Eyes, by the way, through acupuncture are generally related to liver too, and liver anger and burning and that sort of thing. So often people can do a long-term liver cleanse or even a short-term liver cleanse, and it actually has a high probability of clearing up the eyes and the eyesight. I also like to do clearings on the eyes and then the optic nerves and then the brain. So those three things seem to make a difference too. I could easily spend a half hour all day long on eye changes for folks. It just it's a huge slippery slope there. So it isn't one size fits all ever.
I think you'll agree too, Jimmy. Sometimes we want to control what we see or see an outcome when we're not stepping aside to see the bigger picture or to let go.
Right, no doubt. And you know, it's the old joke of if you want to see God laugh, show her your plan. So you know, often it's way outside our realm. It changes constantly, and it's amazingly different than what we probably thought we would do. You know, so I had a reader tell me probably 30 plus years ago I'd be doing this one day, and we were in Puerto Rico on vacation. I looked at him like he'd lost his ever-loving mind. He goes, "No, you're going to do healing. You're going to do psychic stuff. You're going to do readings. You're going to do whatever." I'm like, "Yeah, right." And so here we are, the radio show, and cranking it out, right? Hey, do me, Joanne. I'm a Leo like you. 8/19 is my birthday. So tell me what's going on.
I know that by heart. Well,
awesome.
This is all about balance for you this year. And what I love about it is, first of all, I've done your chart, so I know you.
Yeah.
But this is not a new rodeo for you. You've been a healer and a spiritual guide many, 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 many lifetimes. I would even venture to go as far as what Spirit tells me today of almost like a disciple or an apostle where you really affected the mass. So
you know, let me stop you right there. I had a girl on the show last week, the Bible mystic girl, and I've never met her before in my entire life. She said, "Jimmy, you've had nothing but healing lifetimes, and you were part of the Essene, the Jewish group. Of course, it was part of Jesus and the disciples. How wild is that?" So for you to pick up on that too, you know, separate from her, it's amazing confirmation to me. So thank you for that. And my acupuncturist friend, by the way, he said my original lifetime was as a healer back in almost caveman days, shaman, that sort of thing. So how wild is that, right?
Well, it doesn't surprise me, but if you think that you're working now, wait till the latter 6 months starting in July through the end of the year. There's just going to be more and more work in that way. I'm praying for that myself because I have a lot of things that I really want to kind of expand on this year. So,
sure.
But I love that confirmation because that's what Spirit gave me. And I think what a lot of people don't understand, that I'm different than somebody who does a numerology reading for the day or it's in general, you know, the universe and that kind of thing. I just go right to the soul. So I like to call myself a soul reader. But it's not something where you're going to be able to find on the internet or in a numerology book. So it's very specific to the person.
Right. Love it. So you feel like by the time our birthdays roll around, it's going to start cranking up?
Well, absolutely. And I do feel like there's a lot of inner balance for you going on, too. It's kind of like when you get into April, May, and June, it's like you're going to get to this place where you just feel, I've got this this is like feeling so balanced of everything that I've tried to juggle because I feel you do so many things. But I think that it's like putting a ribbon on top of a package.
I love it.
That's how I feel. Yes.
That's a great message, honey. I love it. And yeah, I feel that way. It's just a matter of when, right? My joke always is the two psychics meet in the middle of the road. The one says to the other, "You're fine, how am I?" So often it's really easy for us to read people all day long. And if I see somebody in person, phone, or Skype, and they start down that road of what their issue is, I've heard it 11,000 times. I know exactly what to tell them, where to go, what to take, whatever, you know. And so it's really confirmation. It's phenomenal to hear you say that without knowing the background, you know. Reverend Tiffany's IMing me on Skype, which is a dream. I love Skype too and Zoom too. And she reminded me, she said Thursday is the new moon in Aquarius with a partial solar eclipse. She wanted to know if you had any messages or insight about this coming up Thursday. Any ideas?
Well, what I do feel is that this eclipse is going to affect people within, you know, for the next 6 months. It's a very powerful energy. And when you think about Aquarius is one that kind of just reinvents things or straightens things, you know, comes up with new ideas and pushes forward. And sometimes it's not emotional at all, but it's very, very mental. You know, so it's like working from the inside out. It's kind of like the work I do when I do a chart and it's channeled. Your name on your birth certificate is how you're registered in heaven. My job is to explain it, you know, so and it's very predictive. That's why I always ask for the birthday, because I want to see what's going on this year with the universe. So this eclipse, Reverend Tiffany is right on it. It's going to be pretty. It's going to be pretty powerful energy, and it's going to be like a push. I feel it's a push. I might be wrong, but that's how I feel. Yeah. No,
that's okay. It's not right or wrong. It's just how you're seeing it. So it's kind of interesting. I mean, tomorrow's Valentine's Day, right? And the 15th is the, you know, new moon in Aquarius, partial solar eclipse. So you have to wonder, even in relationships, what that means if you've just met somebody or if you've been in a long-term relationship or a 100-year marriage, you know, how's that going to affect people, right? So it's kind of interesting.
I try to look for the good and not get into the negatives of it, because you can take that energy and use it as a springboard. You know, even if you feel like you're a little stuck, you just got to step outside the circle and take a different gander at it.
Love it. Yeah. There's a lot of folks on the call right now, listening mode only. So by all means, hit 1 if you want to raise your hand and get a little mini reading from Joanne and perhaps a healing from myself. We've got a lot of folks on the line. You just got to press 1 to raise your hand. Joanne, tell everybody how to get a hold of you, honey. We're at the halfway mark anyway, so let them know about the website, the address, also your email and the phone number.
Okay. Well, my website is www.psychic, Joanne, Joanne, Leo.com. You can reach me by email, which is psychicjoanneleo@gmail.com. And you can always get a hold of me by text or phone at 727-743-3400. I do work by appointment. I do phone or in-person readings. I also do small groups and large groups of shows as well. So feel free to call me.
I love it. Yeah, I know you go to Naples a couple times a year, and you go to Chicago at least once or twice a year and do pretty big groups up there. So that's always fun. I love that. Anything else that you can think of as far as it's coming up? I mean, you feel like February it's been a weird month, hasn't it? I mean, as far as the weather goes and everything else with all these eclipses and different things.
Well, I think eclipses are just, it's kind of like putting gasoline in the engine, you know. But we have to, I think aside from that, you have to know kind of where you're headed, what's your direction. Or if you're at a part where you're feeling stuck, you got to get outside that circle and look for the big, huge part of what else is possible. I'm a big believer, what else is possible so we can get unstuck. You don't want to be your own. You don't want to be your own worst enemy. You want to turn that critic, which is the cruncher, that critic, that little voice in between your ears, is not your friend. It's kicking your butt. So ideally, to work on that and turn it into a cheerleader of I can do or what else is possible, gets you unstuck. But it takes a lot of effort because if you've been on this earth, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, or 60 years, and your critic's in charge, you're running up against a wall all the time.
Right. Well said. Hey, our next caller is 434. Hi, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, Leanne in Virginia. I'll jump on if nobody else will.
Oh, awesome. Okay. Well, we got a lot of folks on hold, but press 1 if you want to ask Joanne a question.
Yeah. First, I'll just comment. Whoever that first caller was, for the people listening, I love to listen, and I will ask. I tested yes to whatever she needed cleared. And I am still kind of reveling in the clearing that even just happened for me, and I don't even remember what it was. But there's so much benefit just in listening. But one thing that I will just ask about, my birthday is 9/10/60. I've got a lot of traveling coming up this year just to see family, and my last flight experience was really scary. I thought the plane was going down. And I've listened, Jimmy, to your travel with ease thing. I am trying. I just cannot get that traumatic thing kind of out of my head, and I'm avoiding making any plans with the travel because that's just sticking with me, the fear of that last flight. And yet I've got to go. These are grandchildren visits. I've got to go see them, and I'm a little terrorized about getting on a plane again.
Okay, Joanne?
What your name was Leanne, is that correct?
Leanne,
Okay.
On 9/10/60.
Right. What I feel, Leanne, and I want you just to roll with me on this one, okay?
Okay.
You drive a car, right, sweetheart?
Uh-huh.
So when you drive a car, and you drive every day, you're vigilant, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And there are some times where you just go, thank you, angels, for saving me on that one, right?
Yes.
Okay. I want you to get into that mindset about the plane thing, number one. We're dealing with the uncontrollable. It's kind of like what I said to that woman who was very fearful about flying. I said, honey, can you fly the plane? I'm not an expert here. I know that fear can cripple you, okay? But think about how many times you had to be very vigilant to avoid an accident or to avoid a scene of some sort. You were in control. Your fear is based because you have no control of that flight. And you're basing your fear on one time. How many times have you flown in your life?
Flown often because I live far away from family. So we fly usually 2 to 3 times a year.
How many good experiences did you have flying, sweetheart?
They were all good. I used to love to fly.
Okay, so you have one experience.
One bad experience.
Okay, but fear will cripple you, or fear will hold you back. Right. It's like, okay, if you had a near miss in driving and you're not going to drive the next day.
Okay.
I want you to think about that you cannot base your future on the one experience because fear is going to hold you back. And of course, Jimmy works really well with that. So do I. But it's coming from having no control. And your birthday is it's my way or the highway. And your karmic lesson is,
okay, that's true.
Yeah, you've got the karmic lesson. Jimmy has it in his too. So the lesson is to not be so it's my way or the highway kind of thing. You got to be a better listener. What else is possible? You might have missed $1 million idea doing it your way. So you got stuck in your head that I don't want to get on the plane because I had a bad experience, but you're not thinking of all the positive experiences you had either. And you're not a pilot.
Okay.
Love it. And that's so funny because Joanne mentioned that earlier, about not being a pilot. So, she had a client that was all upset about this, that, and the other thing. It's like, hey, I didn't know you were a pilot. She says, I'm not. The thing I get to, regardless of your belief in spirit and lives and what have you, I tell everybody watch the movie Cloud Atlas with Tom Hanks in it. He's like in 5 different lifetimes. He's an abolitionist. He's a murderer. He's an outer space guy. It's really amazing with Holly Berry. It's called Cloud Atlas on past lives. And I see you definitely as 2 lifetimes ago you were in a plane crash. And that's what that geared up. You know, you were kind of oblivious until now, but with really bad turbulence and everything, it jarred the muscle memory of 2 lifetimes ago. Was she a man or a woman? You were a woman then too. Was she in the cockpit or a passenger? You were in a passenger 2 lifetimes ago as a woman, and the plane went down, kind of thing. So that's what that jarred up. That's going to pull you forward to yes. We're going to find the spot where that's buried. So if you're standing there now, it's going to pull you forward when we find it.
Okay, so what do I ask? Just the lifetime?
Oh, you don't need to ask anything. You're just going to feel it pull forward. I'm going to say it for you. So 2 lifetimes ago, I was a woman involved in a plane crash, and we're going to find the spot where that is. Okay. I'm going to pull you forward and grab it. All we're going to do is, and all we're going to do is release it, resolve it, delete and erase it, disentangle it all out now. Have her learn all the lessons she needs to from that plane crash, release her from the service to it, and delete out all the muscle memory from it. Pull her straight back when you're done. Thank you.
Okay.
You'll feel the wave, and it's gonna pull you back, and that all deletes out.
Interesting.
Yeah,
very better. Wow, interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So I believe that's going to help you a lot, honey. And I would echo Joanne's sentiment exactly, which is, you know, you get on there and you're kind of taking your life into your own hands, and seatbelts ain't going to help a whole lot if we're doing 600 miles an hour when we hit the ground, you know. So it just is what it is. But I would tell you statistically, you're more likely to get in a car wreck than you are in the plane crash. And also, if it helps, we're going to cheat a little bit here, wink, wink. And I'm going to tell you right now, you ain't dying in a plane crash. So it doesn't even matter what plane you board. Think of it as you're the messenger and you're the angelic piece that's blessing the plane, and that's going to be lucky for the airplane to not crash. How you like that?
Oh, I love it. Oh,
I love
good
it.
fun all over. Thank you.
Yeah, that's bound to help you. So remember, if it gets turbulent, you ain't going down. So.
Okay. Well, what I like to do, Leanne, is too that it really works when I get on a plane. I put the angels in front of me, behind me, all around the plane. Bless everybody on the plane. I do the whole Megillah every time I fly.
Love it. And you know how to fish too, honey. So you can fish the whole airplane. Fish the cockpit and the crew. I fish them to clear, yes, unclear, no, and running forward. And you do that, and then I move to. They're reminding me I move to the control tower.
But I already feel so much better. That's kind of amazing.
Yeah, it is weird. I know.
So thank you both.
Oh, you're so welcome. Thank you for calling in. Thanks for listening to the show. We love it. So thanks so much for today. Yeah, keep us posted, honey. You're going to be fine though. So think of it as you're the blessed angel walking on the flight. There you go. Okay.
All right. Beautiful.
Awesome. You're welcome. Thank you. Lots of folks in listen mode only. Press 1 if you want to raise your hand. Certainly it's a free reading for you and a free healing as well. And also there's a lot of folks that even if you don't have something, you might have a loved one or a friend in chaos or drama right now. And we could actually work on your friend or family or relative, family member through you. I do that all the time remotely, of course, working on folks. And we've had some awesome success with that as well. So be starting to press 1 if you want to raise your hand. Joanne, I love it, love it, love it. Those are very profound things. And like you said, you want to put the angels on the wings and in front of the plane, behind the plane. I'd throw some in the cockpit. I'd put a few more in the control tower too. You know, Nicolas Cage was in a movie back in the day. Meg Ryan was in it too, and people would be driving through L.A., and the angels would be wearing trench coats, and they were everywhere. They were sitting on the buildings. They were sitting on the giant road signs, and it was amazing. So that's so funny. That's about how we see it a lot of times, right?
Well, I really feel angels come when you call them, honey. So, and I do believe that they're out there. I pulled a card for today, Jimmy, before we started the show. is I use St. Michael, the Archangel cards, and I said, what do I need to say to the folks today? And it is the most beautiful card. I'll put it on my Facebook page. It's called New Beginnings and Fresh Start. And what I love about that is getting unstuck, you know, and where we're stuck is between our ears because it's a thought process. And I like that it has a little prayer on each one of these cards besides that I tune in psychically. And I think you'll really enjoy this. It says, thank you for bringing me opportunities and offering support and for helping me release and heal my past. Fill me with trust as I experience life challenges.
Love that.
Be powerful.
Love that. Well said. Excellent.
And
well,
I think that's kind of what we do. That's pretty much our mission.
Yeah, absolutely. And giving back every day. There's no doubt about it. Hey, as my father said at my wedding reception, Jimmy, let's wind this thing down. So isn't that funny?
Yeah.
I'll never forget that. But go ahead. We're going to wind down the show. But tell folks how to get a hold of you before we.
Well, please give me a call, 727-743-3400. It's really helpful to get, I read Schuster cards, which I call tarot with a twist. They're read astrologically and numerically and psychically, of course. So they really can pinpoint the different areas where you've got an issue or whatever. And also, I also channel your birth chart, which is your name on your birth certificate and your birth date, which tells your whole story. And every year, the energy changes, and it's very helpful to understand what's going on so you can get in the driver's seat.
Love it.
My website is www.psychic, Joanne, Joanne, Leo.com. And my Gmail is psychicjoanneleo@gmail.com. And that's all the easy ways to get a hold of me.
Love it. Love it. Folks, reach out to Joanne if you want to get a reading and obviously go deeper than just today. I've been with her for, 25 plus years now. So she comes up with some good stuff and, of course, some insight that most people never even touch. So it's amazing what comes through. Thanks so much for being on the show, Joanne. Join us again soon, please.
Well, thank you so much, Jimmy, for having me. I enjoy every time we're together.
Love it. Yeah, we always have fun and shake it up. I love it. Folks, I want to wish you the rest of your life to be the best of your life. Remember to make progress every day. Reach out to us every Tuesday, 12 noon here for the Jimmy Mack Healing Show, and info@jimmymackhealing.com. If you'd like to get more information, it's all free. Thanks again, everybody. We had a great show. Bye-bye.
You bring your phone everywhere. Work, school, the movies. Now you can bring it to an Xfinity store for an easy way to switch to Xfinity Mobile, a new kind of network designed to save you money. You can get up to 5 lines of talk and text included with Xfinity Internet at no extra cost, so all you pay for is data. It's never been easier to switch to Xfinity Mobile and keep the phone you love. Click here to see how. Sorry, I gotta take this. Restrictions apply. Limited to select mobile phones. Requires activation of a new line of Xfinity Mobile. Up to 5 devices per account. New Xfinity Internet customers limited to up to 2 lines pending activation of Internet service.